There's so much to love about Maine. The people, the places, the food. And we're here to share it all with you. Each week, our team brings you the very best of vacation land. This is Maine Life.
Oh, lover, I'll see you there, waiting in the willows with your autumn hair. Oh, lover, I'll see you there, after many miles.
Hi everyone, welcome to Maine Life, a show that's dedicated to telling positive stories about life right here in Maine. I'm Andrew Silsby, President and CEO of Kennebec Savings Bank, and once again, proud presenting sponsor of Maine Life. All of us at Kennebec Savings Bank are thrilled to be able to highlight and support hundreds of businesses across this great state of Maine. We hope you enjoy this episode of Maine Life. Thanks for watching, and thanks for supporting all things local here in Maine.
Hey everybody, and thanks for watching this Real Maine episode of Maine Life. So happy to be back with my friend Michelle and Real Maine, bringing you off the beaten path here to introduce you to our hardworking farmers, producers, and makers.
It's great to be here, and if you remember, Real Maine is the state's ag promotion brand where we connect people to Maine food and Maine farms.
And a lot of fun. We have a great itinerary planned for you, and we begin on this beautiful spring day with a fresh snowfall in Whitefield, Maine. I smell some homemade donuts.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Go.
Hi, how are you today?
All right, what are we? I think we'll be better after this.
These are our maple donuts made with real buttermilk, eggs, and flour, sugar, and maple syrup, and a little maple extract. So warm, they're the best.
And the treats don't stop here, right?
No, you get more. You're gonna get a pancake breakfast with our maple syrup today too, and coffee with our fresh cream.
Cheers to Real Maine. Crunchy, warm, delicious.
We're a scratch bakery, and we've been doing it for 25 plus years. Started real small in the house with a little space, and then grew to this. This was the old milk room when we were milking cows. People want to know where their food came from, and more now than ever, I think they're concerned about what's in their product, and to be able to have Real Maine associate with that, to be able to tell people where to go to get things. We offer all homemade products. Our big sell is donuts. I've been frying donuts for 47 years. And we do pies. English muffins are a big thing around here because we wholesale quite a bit of stuff. It goes to different places that make breakfast sandwiches. We supply a couple of restaurants with our bread, biscuits the old-fashioned way, cookies, scones. We're willing to try most anything that anybody wants us to make, but we pretty much have a certain amount, certain things that we always do all the time. We offer free coffee for those folks that it's just kind of an extra personal kind of thing, so they can come in and have a cup of coffee in the summer. It's nice because they can sit out on the patio. They get to see the animals all the time. We have cows, we have a workhorse. It's generally a small calf around. We have a friendly little puppy that greets everybody. Both my husband and I grew up here. We got married here. We just celebrated our 50th wedding anniversary. Being self-employed, you always have to be one step ahead of the game and know what next you're going to do, whether within the seasons. And he always seems to come up with something. You know, I keep saying, okay, 50 years, what's next? Because he just did the Sugar Shack last year. That was the new thing. And so now I'm like, I don't know what he's going to do next. He's happy being right here in his element on the farm, around the animals.
This is Barney. He's our draft, and he's not for show. We do a lot of work with him. This is a new mom. I'll show you her little boy Tom in a minute.
Hi, baby Tom. How old is baby Tom?
10 days now.
Oh my gosh. Welcome to Maine.
Every farm has to have a shop.
Of course, of course.
But this time of year, we converted into an area where we have our pancake breakfast. We had almost 2,000 people here this past weekend.
Oh, jeez. All right.
So
come on down.
We're having pancakes and sausage, and coffee with fresh cream that was from the cow this morning.
Doesn't get much better.
we started all getting together to come out and do the maple sundae, and we all get together and pitch in a hand, and everybody has their roles and flip pancakes and sausage and chat. And
What was it like to grow up on the farm?
grew up a little quick, probably at times, but you know, good thing we had growing up. You know, it gave us all good structure, and we all know where we come from, and we're thankful for Mom and Dad for doing that and putting us through all this. And
I hope that everyone comes out and tries the real cream, the real maple syrup, and everything in between. Michelle, you just keep outdoing yourself. All right, cheers, guys. Thank you. After a hearty homemade breakfast, we're wrapping up here with a maple donut sundae. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much, Robin. And now we're off to Waldoboro.
Cheers.
Hello, my name is Cody and this is Morse's Sauerkraut. Morse's was founded in 1918 by Virgil Morris Sr. They were German immigrants who had come to this area, and he made really good sauerkraut. And so local people were asking if they could get some, and I think the first article I have mentions him cutting a barrel for our local hardware store. And then over the years, it just kind of grew and grew into what it is today, which is more of a European market, but that still has that tradition of making sauerkraut and pickles and relishes from scratch, and very much by hand and in the same way that the Morris family made it. So these are Rabina wood barrels that are actually from Europe. And it's a traditional barrel that was used for sauerkraut fermentation. So what's happening right here is this kraut is, we call it like it's put to bed. So it's really important with lacto-fermented foods, lacto-fermented sauerkraut. The juice is crucial. Like that's where all your probiotics are. That's the thing that keeps the sauerkraut alive. It's the thing that makes Morse's sauerkraut so good for you. You know, it's got a full range of probiotics. Our goal from when we took over was really to not mess it up. It means a lot to people, the sauerkraut being made in that same way and that traditional way. It's a little bit more of an art than a science. You know, when you're working with fresh produce, it's always changing. Our sauerkraut's alive, so it's continuing to ferment and change as it develops. I feel really blessed that we were able to be the people to continue this tradition. The thing I think that I love so much about Morse's is we will have people come in, and it's multi-generational. You know, you've got great-grandpa who's 96, right down through the little grandkids, and the grandkids get their free pickle, and then they share stories about how they like to use the sauerkraut and how important it is to them that it's this sauerkraut specifically. Like, it has to be Morse's, and it's really special to be part of something that's so, like, held so close to so many people's hearts. And you just don't always, you know, it's one of those things about food that's so special. I feel like Real Maine's mission is crucial to not only promoting and supporting local farms in Maine and getting the word out for people to know what's in their own neighborhood, but when you think of all of these small farms, they're not necessarily marketers, or I mean, they're working hard to create amazing cheese or raise animals, and I think that it's really important that we invest in our local food ecosystem. It also helps smaller businesses and smaller farmers, I think, connect and find ways to use their products together. I mean, we have to try the sauerkraut, because come on.
I needed a little pep.
Yeah.
Thank you. This is excellent.
Oh, good.
I feel like I'm
If
also
only we had some kielbasa.
This is such a cool spot.
Yeah.
And to know I'm biting into like such a little piece of history here in Maine.
Yeah.
I mean, it's such a cool story. So cheers to the Morses.
Thank you.
And to you. Of course, you did some shopping.
I did. I picked up some sauerkraut and pickles and the relish from her garden and some other Maine products while I was here.
I know what I'm having for dinner. Yum.
Looks great.
Another Maine gem, Michelle.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you to our closed captioning sponsor, Northeast Hearing and Speech, helping Mainers communicate and thrive.
Hi, I'm Ben Ryan, Director of Produce at Hannaford Supermarkets. At Hannaford, we believe good food can be local and affordable. And since 1883, we've supported local growers and producers, helping them flourish while they in turn nourish our communities with the highest quality products. When you shop with us, you're supporting local, reducing waste, and helping our communities thrive. Learn more about our commitment to local at hannaford.com/local.
Award-winning cheese,
Beautiful cows.
hardworking people.
Our trip continues at a farm in Waldoboro.
Let's go.
I'm Allison Lakin,
And I'm Neil Foley,
and we're the farmer and cheesemaker of East 40 Farm here in Waldoboro, Maine.
where we raise Jersey dairy cows and pigs.
And we make award-winning Lakin's Gorgeous cheese and host cowside suppers and also have a farm stand and a way to ship our cheese nationwide. You'll come up our long driveway and you'll find the Cheese Hut, which is a little outdoor shopping experience, a little al fresco cheese hut. We keep the fridge stocked with cheese, and then we have a meat freezer which has our pork, beef, and roast veal. If you're going to the cheese freezer, that is self-serve. If you want meat, however, we do have a smart doorbell on the side of the Cheese Hut, and you just ring that and then we'll send you home with something delicious. The cheese that I made to represent this farm for a true taste of place, which is called rockweed, contains a layer of dried seaweed in it, and that won a gold medal at the World Cheese Awards a few years ago. So that was pretty amazing. And we do make cheese boards. People can come to the farm and pick them up. But if you want to have a little private party, we have what's called the Summer House, where we'll be going in to taste some cheese very shortly. And you can reserve that for a party of up to 6 people, where we either will have a cheese graze or a fondue party. The most important thing that happens here on the farm is what we feed the cows, which is primarily grass. So we've got our beautiful grass-fed milk. You can see this much is cream line, and that's just sitting here for about 15-20 minutes. So we have jig, which are the cutest cheeses, and we have that paired with a watermelon radish. Then this is the rockweed with the layer of dried bladderwrack seaweed in the center, and we have that paired with the Colvard sausage fennel salami. And at the end is an aged semi-firm cheese called Opus 42, which we're pairing with the dandelion jelly that's made by a neighbor of ours with the dandelions from our front field. I founded Lakin's Gorgeous Cheese in 2011. I was leasing space from the State of Maine Cheese Company in Rockport and built the business one little tub of ricotta at a time. Then along the way I met him, who was a farmer. We got married and decided to have a farm.
And we're proud to be, the 6th or 7th generation of people who've worked this land and supported the small community agriculture system here in the state, because it's broader than just each individual farm. We associate with farms up the road, we share equipment, and we work together as a farming community. And we also support all the businesses that support farms. So that's important, that again, there's that ripple effect that goes out from just this one little spot. People come here, they support us, and that allows us to support the community as well.
We really like feeding people. So from that, we started what are called the Cowside Suppers, where we invite the best chefs from the area to come and cook for the public. We do them 5 times a year from June until October, but it's limited to only 20 guests. So it's not a huge, crowded experience. It's very intimate. The chefs are asked to use a minimum of 4 ingredients from the farm. So some have also foraged here. So we've included seaweed from the shore because the property goes down to the Madowick River. But then we also have apples and fruits growing here, our garden. So it's just a lovely, lovely experience.
For over 153 years, Kennebec Savings Bank has been a community bank for everyone. Whether it's providing convenient account access, a quick and easy loan process, or supporting the community, our goal is to create lasting relationships rooted in trust and respect. It's always been about integrity and doing what's right for our customers and our communities. I'm Craig Garofalo, and I invite you to stop by a Kennebec Savings Bank location and experience the difference.
In Maine, the story of Sappy begins here, among the trees. Every tree, carefully selected and managed, is the first chapter in creating some of the finest paper and packaging products globally.
From the forest, the journey continues here to Skowhegan, where for 50 years, the mill has transformed raw materials into high-quality coated paper, packaging boards, and specialty products trusted by global brands. Here, technology and tradition work side by side. The mill houses two of the most advanced paper machines in the world, resulting in sustainable products that are made more efficiently using approximately 80% renewable energy, ensuring every step is efficient, precise, and consistent.
Sappy doesn't just make paper here. We support thousands of Maine families and communities, helping drive Maine's economy forward. And we are proud to call Maine home.
Hi, I'm Jan Goranson. Welcome to Goranson Farm. This is a farm that I grew up on. My folks moved down from Aroostook County in the early 60s and started farming potatoes. I didn't ever think I would be a farmer. I went away for a while, but I came back when my father was ill and I couldn't leave. And then I got to meet this guy.
I'm Rob Johansson, and I married the farmer's daughter. And so we've been farming together for 37 years or something.
This is our farm stand. We have an honor system farm stand that's open 7 days a week. And we stock all of our produce. We do farmers markets in Portland, Boothbay, Damariscotta, and Bath. So we're busy marketing directly to customers year-round. They become our friends and we get to feed them. So that's a great feeling. And then we also do wholesaling to help food stores and specialty food stores and awesome restaurants. We really appreciate having them as partnerships. We meet with them in the winter and try to figure out what we can jointly grow and market with them.
Our mission is to provide high quality food for our community. And so that's basically what drives us.
We've been doing a CSA since 1991. CSA stands for Community Supported Agriculture. So in the spring, the storage barn is pretty low. We aren't really picking much to sell right now, but we're supporting a crew that is fantastic and has worked with us all winter. We have startup costs, we have greenhouses, we're growing seedlings. So we have a lot of expenses, and what the CSA does is our community helps kind of float our boat in the spring, and then we are able to put that money to work that they give us in the spring, and then later throughout the following months they're able to get produce from our farm.
It's one thing to grow the crop, but you also have to sell it. And Jan is a masterful, marketeer, but it also helps to have that support from the state of Maine, to make us more visible.
We have two sons, and I think when we were raising them, they were always on the farm, and we always encouraged them to go off and go to college and do other things and have other interests, but they both really wanted to come back to the farm and have really brought amazing skills, technology, perspectives from other farms that they visited.
Oh, this is home, and the opportunity to live and work with your families is pretty incredible. Just want to keep growing it and just continue to do as good a job as my folks have done and my grandparents before them.
So we hope you put Dresden, Maine and Goranson's Farm on your list of places to explore.
We've met some amazing farmers today. One more stop in Pittston.
Let's go.
Hey everyone, I'm Jim Chalmers from Chalmers Insurance Group and a longtime camp supporter. And here today we have over 100 summer camps joining us, including Rich Deering from Birch Rock Camp.
The beauty about being in Maine is we have the chance to give kids just something a little extra. They can be in the outdoors and climb mountains, paddle rivers, rock climb, but most of all, build self-confidence and become better human beings.
For over 100 years, Chalmers has proudly partnered with camps and youth serving organizations. And what's really important to us is seeing these young kids come up through and to become adults, to teach them critical thinking skills, to be problem solvers, and to work with one another.
What Maine camps are really offering campers is the gift of childhood. Check out our Find a Camp tool on the website, and remember, Mainers, there's a camp out there for everybody.
Hi everybody, Maine Life merch is back. We are so excited to once again partner with local designers and makers to offer some great gift ideas for your loved ones, maybe yourself. Celebrate the best life, Maine Life, and shop mainelife.com. Follow the dirt road. That has really become the theme of this episode, and our last stop brings us here.
Where inside we'll meet a family business who puts a lot of local love into their craft spirits.
This is our distillery, Chadwick's Craft Spirits, and this is the house that we grew up in. There's lots of just very good memories here, so we're super excited that we're able to repurpose this and invite people to come in and share our space, as well as when people come, they're like, I feel like I'm in somebody's living room or somebody's home, and we're like, well, you kind of are.
Our two older brothers and our dad built the log piece. My dad found every rock that was in the rock wall that they masoned into a chimney. And so we're just really proud to show off their craftsmanship and use this as part of our business. So our first one was our maple craft spirit, which has a very subtle hint of maple on the backside.
But it was a learning process because you did start with like some cinnamon sticks and vanilla beans and nerds, and so she tried all these different recipes to find out which one she liked best, and eventually she did end up adding the maple syrup, and everyone's like, this is the one.
First product we ever started with was the original craft spirit, 80 proof, just a subtle hint of maple. Tastes more like a traditional whiskey, even though it's technically a rum, because everything we do is cane based. If I don't recognize them, I'll ask them if they've been here before. If they have, great. If not, even better, because then I'll offer them samples of all of our products. All right.
Hello.
Hello. So this is our original. We have our Durcot, our Ajax, Strawberry Liqueur, and the Reaper's Revenge.
And so when folks come in, can you kind of put together their own flight, or you suggest some?
Yeah, so I'll let them try them, whichever ones they like. They can choose what they want for their cocktail and what they want to go in it.
Great. All right, let's test it out. This is the original, you said? This?
Yes, so 80 proof, subtle hint of maple.
Made right here, right?
Made right
ladies?
Here.
I'm gonna try the Ajax with the local apples from Bailey Orchard. Great.
All right, I'll whip you guys up a Ajax and ginger, and then a blueberry lemonade with blueberry vodka.
So I think when you talk about Real Maine, you're talking about a lot of family-based businesses. You're talking about high quality. It's integral to keep us as close to our roots as we can, to continue on with the process of small batch, because we are truly small batch. And so our focus is always going to be on quality.
Thank you so much for watching this episode of Maine Life. To follow our adventures, you can check us out on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and we're also streaming on News Center Maine Plus. Happy adventuring, everybody, and we will see you next week.
On this beautiful spring Maine day.
I don't know what to say. All right, let's try again.
In Waldoboro. I'm having a hard time with Waldoboro.
For 37 years or something.
Yeah. Sure.
And then I dropped what I was going to say.
I think I'm ready.
Okay, ask her the question again. She's great, spot on.
Oh God, can we start that over?
No, it's okay.
No.
Yeah.
She said, you're the sort of man I could have cows with.
I just said farm.
Go to the farm.
We do a lot of cheers on Maine Life.